You feel that now? I feel like Rocky in this one, baby. Let's go. Alright, check it. Blast from the past, back from the future. So if I pull the trigger in the past, you know you and your future. I'm still hustling, still hugging the block. The referee to the shit, I'm still calling them shots. I can't be stopped, that's what I told you. I'm living my life like a box of Crayolas. I'm cutting up white, smoking that green. Purple color pens, I'm still making this cream. I'm so sick, check my throat quick. My wrist light up a room like a handful of glow stick. I'm like spoiled milk, the kids gone bad. Then it's the menace, my pen touches the pad. Niggas is mad, but the ladies is glad. Yo, they rubbing up against me like this nigga is rad. Fucking two divas, drinking on sangria. I got the beam of the color diarrhea. Tire strings on my feet cause I'm so fly. Hopped out the DeLorean, it's Artie McFly.
Welcome to another edition of TheRickHShow. It's a little weird because few things. I'm using new software, so when the intro hits, normally I was able to listen to the music. Now I don't hear it, like it mutes everybody backstage and all that stuff. So still getting used to the software. Is I think the third or fourth episode we do with the software. Welcome to the show. We had a change of programming today. I wanted to just take a time and get the audience to get to know me. So this episode is called I Want to Thank Me. And you're welcome. So welcome to the show. Welcome to an episode of the Rick H Show. Gonna be talking about several things. So in the last couple of weeks, I've been doing different jobs. I hosted an event. I starred in some McDonald's stuff. Shout out to Rachel La Loca and the entire team that put that together. I hosted the Latinos Acceptan Autism event with Rachel, with some amazing comedians. Glorielis, Ivan, Black Rose, Las Vic, and of course me and Rachel. We did our thing. I was very happy to be a part of that event. I want to do more events like that. So after that event, there was a couple photographers there. I'm starting to realize that I look forward to doing things like that in the creative realm and in the creative space. I said this on this show before. I'm going to go into stand-up comedy this year. It's just something I've been working on. I have some bits I already written. I'm just making sure when I make this leap, this is the leap I'm going to make, It's been an amazing past couple weeks for me creatively. And just I took time to reflect on where I'm at, I mentioned this on a previous episode, but I normally on my train rides to work and on my commute, I think about where I'm at, and I wonder where I'm going, and if I'm in the right space. And I have no doubts at this point. This is what I am. I am a podcaster. I am someone that likes to produce and create content. and I am discovering who I am um, by what I'm doing. And um, I didn't do like a set when I was on the stage, but I did come to the realization that that's where I want to be. So it's kind of like an awakening inside of me. I'll be honest. That's what it felt like. So um, the beginning of this season, I decided to interview stand-up comics because I wanted to learn more about the craft. I wanted to, get to know some of the people that are in the business. Um, a few things that I've already learned is that a lot of stand-up comedians vouch for each other. It's a very tight knit group, and they support each other really hard, which I love. So it's kind of like the podcasting community, us as podcasters, we know each other, we speak to each other. Just because I'm not on other shows that often, that doesn't mean I don't, I speak to different podcasters every week, and it's just about talking and content and creating and things like that. But it's a tight knit group, and it's one that I'm looking to join eventually. Um, so I just felt like I needed to reflect live on the pod and get to know the audience and have the audience get to know me. Um, so it's been a very fulfilling past few weeks for me. My wife and I, we were able to host our first Easter at our home. Um, I say we hosted, but my wife was the brains of that operation, as she always is in the house. I'm just here so I won't get fired. I do my part. I do more than my part, but she deserves her flowers a lot of the time, and I think uh, it was well worth all the planning and the let's do this, let's do that. Just to see not just my kids, but like our friends' kids that came over enjoy themselves. It was good to be in that environment. After 2 years of COVID, I mean, I've gone out, I've done things, I've seen my family members. Last year, I had a really good birthday. I went to my aunt's house and saw a lot of family members. But it's good to be in those places again, hopefully there isn't another wave of COVID. So let me explain to you. So my wife did baskets, very very good baskets, um, chocolates, toys, the whole nine. She got signs for the yard, the backyard, front lawn. Decorated the house. There was food here. Uh, Adult beverages as well as juice boxes. Got to have those on deck. There was water, a big jug of coffee. I think it's like a Cuban thing. I was being told, but it's like a 6 gallon, like a Gatorade. Picture a Gatorade cooler, but instead of Gatorade, the shit's for coffee. So they brought that over. Um, my mother was here. My sister was here. Um, I thoroughly enjoyed my time this past weekend. We did a photo shoot the day before, in the house with the family. I thought that was pretty cool. My wife does all these cool things that she comes up with. That's like her thing, her creative side. Um, and I'm like, oh, at first when she tells me, oh, honey, let's do this or let's do that, or my initial reaction is like, I'm lazy. I'm a lazy dude. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, if I don't have to do it, I'm not gonna do it. It's the reason why I'm chubby and I like the shape that I'm in right now. I can't be a vegan, dude. You know how hard it is to be vegan? You got to do research. You got to go to restaurants. This vegan life is rough. I tried it. I tried to look at being vegan eventually. Um, but it's just too much work. It's too much work, too much work. So when I go to a restaurant, and I'm going on a tangent on it's one of my things. When I go to a restaurant and if I'm vegan, I try to put myself in that person's shoes and just even trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat is can I get a vegan person to hit me up? Let's have a conversation about that lifestyle on the show. Maybe you could convince me. I just think it's just so hard. It's hard. You got to meal prep. You got to search for places that have vegan options. Um, my laziness uh, is a gift and a curse. It's a gift in the fact that I live a beautiful life. It's a curse because I have gained a little weight. I have, procrastinated a little bit. But it's I went off on a tangent. I was talking about Easter Sunday at my house, and I went on a vegan thing. So it was a great time. Kudos to my wife. Kudos to anybody that came out. Round of applause for them. Um, I had a great time. I would love to do uh, some more Easters. My daughter's fairly young. She's only 2 months old, so she can't really enjoy the full extent of it. But I very much look forward to creating those memories with my kids. Because these things that we're doing now is for us. You know, it is for us to enjoy them being that small and make those memories for them. So when they're older, they're like, we did this when you were younger. We did that when you were younger. And it feels good. Watching my kids smile is like the best thing, or laugh, or feel good, or be happy is the best thing in the world. So, anytime we do that, like it feels worth everything. It was a lot of, I'm telling you, it was a lot of hard work um, on my wife's part, not my part. Again, I'm the lazy one. She's on. To do what she did, just inviting people, uh, making calls, organizing. Oh, we need to get this, we need to get that. So very much so. Uh, Very appreciated. I think I told her that that she did a great job of putting that together. Had it been me, it would have been like two Easter eggs in the living room. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a basket, maybe, and some chocolates from like Dwayne Reed or something like that. They say it's the thought that counts, but sometimes like those, like my kind of thoughts, like that's not really too much thought into it. So it does it count when it's those kind of thoughts? You guys let me know. You guys let me know the thought that counts. I try to be more thoughtful with my actions and things like that, but I'm just too tired. Uh, I really underestimated this parenting. Like, we had my son, and we got into a groove with my son. Like, it was an adjustment period. The first 6, 8 weeks, again, any child, any person that's gonna have a kid, the first 6, 8 weeks is pretty rough. So it's an adjustment period. But we had those first weeks; they were rough, and then, as I recall, it was smooth sailing, or what felt like smooth sailing after that. But when it's two of them, it's two under two. it's it's a mental, physical, um, because again, like your time is devoted to them, making sure they're fine, making sure they eat, uh, making sure that they're developing. And then at the end of the day, you're like, oh, you finally get time to yourselves, and you're exhausted. So, and it's again, it's still we're still early. You know, my daughter's very young. Eventually, things will always get better. They always do. They always do. Again, so you see, I start giving other people flowers, but this episode is about me giving myself some motherfucking goddamn flowers. Okay, so if you've seen me on other podcasts, because I get the why'd you want to do the show, and all those questions, like what got you into podcasting. I'm a very avid sports fan. I watch MMA, and I've been listening and watching podcasts for, if I've been doing this since 2018, like 2 years before that, I started really getting into it and listening to it. Um, but I didn't know, like, I wanted to do one. I didn't know what I wanted to do it on. Like, I didn't know what was my subject. You know, certain podcasts are geared specifically for one subject matter. You know, there's one on mental health. There's even one on feet. There's one on weird taboo things. There's many different podcasts from many different things. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do sports. I wanted to talk about things that I like and I enjoy. Um, so I had to come up with some fancy name. I couldn't find a fancy name, so I put my name on it, and it was supposed to be like a temporary thing, but um, I kept pushing and creating and making and doing these shows, and I had help along the way. I'm not gonna lie, you know, my brother made it very easy for me to be a podcaster because I just had to be me and I had to let him do his thing. So when I started out, it was me, my brother, and Paul, a friend of ours. And Paul was like the straight guy that, like, in comedy, there's always, you know, a wild one, and there's always a guy that plays a straight. Paul will always be himself, you know. He would say funny little comments here or there, but um, he's the one that people would watch and be like, "Oh, that's entertaining." I would be the talkative host or whatever, and my brother was the wild card. So that was our recipe in the beginning, and we were only doing sports shows in the beginning. Um, I immediately was like, I didn't know how to gauge if it was successful or not because I was new to this. Um, Looking back at it now, I remember the first episode, it got like 60 downloads the first few hours. And that's pretty good for a first episode. At the time, I didn't know, you know, I assumed people were doing, you know, like Instagram videos and stuff like they're doing, you know, thousands and thousands of downloads. That's not how the world works in the podcasting realm, you know. Um, just because of the way you consume the product. You know, it's usually in long drives or downtime, or you know, you put headphones on and you listen. So the first few episodes we it was on sports. We had some funny moments. You know, a friend of ours had to use the bathroom mid interview, and the mic was still on when he went in, and you can hear him urinating on the video. Um, it was a very much an exploration and discovery phase of the podcast. So that first season was fun. I did interview a few people, right? So I eventually interviewed my cousin AJ, who's an actor. Shout out to AJ Hero. And I interviewed Justin Treese, who became the director and producer of the show along with me. And then I interviewed that boy Lucky, who was one of my guys that I grew up with on my block, and I interviewed the mayor. Right, and I finished that season with interviewing him, and I kind of was like, yo, I like this interviewing thing. I like getting to know people. I like sitting across the table asking them questions about how they got into what they're doing. And, yeah, I would always ask the mistakes, what mistakes they've made and some of the things I would like to do. Or is this, like I was very inquisitive and I was very interested and I wanted to know how they ended up from point A to point B. So I was like, you know what, let's just start interviewing some people, and someone that's doing something very dope and very interesting, and that it's something that needs to be highlighted, someone that the general public might not know. And that's how we started the interviewing portion of the show. Paul did the first episode of the second season. And then he was like, you know what? I don't, he knew he couldn't do it consistently. So he was like, you know what? I'm just going to let you and Benny do your thing. You guys try to find a third co host. And I did with Craze. Me, Craze, and Benny rode out for a while. I think we did 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, 4. And then Craze took some episodes off at the end of 4, came back and in season 5. And then my brother left, and then we brought Jayla on. So it was me, Craze, Jayla for 5, 6. I don't remember. I think she was on 7 also. Oh yeah, N8. She was on 7 and 8. And then I had this crazy idea. I wanted to create other shows off of the Rick A show. So not that the show was getting like tiresome to me. I just wanted to do other things. I wanted to expand and see if I could do it. So it started out as a joke. We were trying to find Jayla Love and put her on 90 Day Fiance. And then me and Crazy like, yo, Jayla, would you be down to do a podcast where you're finding love and we'll bring on different people, we'll do different things. And we had a ton of ideas on the table. And she was like, yo, I'm actually down. And we wrote out the first few episodes, started planning on how we were going to do it. But with her leaving, it would open up that seat again. So I would have to be looking for someone to fill Jayla's seat while creating a show for Jayla. Um, and out of that, it's just I met some dope people. Uptown Live was born. Uptown Live originally was just going to be a show that me and Craze were going to host together, but then me and Craze came up with this idea of um, just having creatives work together and just do a whole bunch of stuff. And it was a great summer last summer. Um, we got to collaborate with a lot of dope people. Don't regret it at all. And a lot of relationships got built over that summer with other creatives and stuff like that. So it's just been building, and I feel like I'm finally understanding my space in this world of podcasting. I feel like I'm understanding myself as a person, um, and I feel like I'm just starting to hit my stride now in my 11th season and 11th episode. Um, so I just wanted to take time and pause for a second. Next week I'll have Black Rose on. I'm looking forward to it. We got some funny stuff planned out for that episode. Um, but I'm hitting my stride, with the whole Ricky Smooth character. I'm gonna break the wall right now. I'm gonna talk about it. The whole Ricky Smooth character. Um, Ricky Smooth is my brother, exaggerated to the 20th or 30th power. Um, if you guys watch some of the earlier Rick A Show episodes with my brother, you would see a little bit of who Ricky Smooth is and my brother, and um, so it's like if my brother was an R&B singer from the '80s. That's who that Ricky Smooth character is. That's who it's based on. It's actually based on Benny, and since I can have my brother back on the show because he doesn't want to do it because he's got his own life, I figured out a way to have him on the show and not have him on the show. So that's who Ricky Smooth is, and will continue to be on this pod, and done a lot, man. I've been nominated 12 times total in the last 2 years. I've won one award. I've been invited to some incredible events. I've met some amazing people that I could speak to on a regular basis. I've been privileged to see other people's work before it comes out, and people ask me for my opinion on their work. I've developed some amazing relationships with other creatives. And at the same time, I've seen podcasters that were just starting out and reached out and asked for advice. And those people are doing great, not because of me necessarily, but just because, I give them their flowers. I tell them, this is it. This is what you're on to something, Here I go. I'm supposed to be talking about myself. I find it hard. I find it really hard to do that. I hate that shit. I don't want to be bragging, but I've done some pretty amazing things. I've created this thing out of nothing, right? Because this was nothing. This was just an idea. Then I put this idea on a piece of paper, and then I took that piece of paper and I made it real. And now I have a company that I own. And couldn't ask for more, man. I get to think of shit in my head and make it happen. In real time. There's been Ricky Smooth skits that I thought of like 20 minutes before I recorded. I thought of something, wrote it down so I wouldn't forget, and then I put it together really quickly. There's some characters I'm also working on that I'll pretty soon be debuting. Some cool stuff coming. Season 11, I'm sorry, I don't even know where I'm at. Season 11 has been about comedy, has been about me opening up about me, who I am, and getting the audience to know me personally, and about comedy. And it's like an homage to comedy. I've been flirting with comedy for a while, and this is the year that I take a step into that adventure. Because I've done comedy on the show, but not like I'm talking about stand-up when I mean comedy. So I'm going to play something real quick, a little commercial. Then I'll come back, final thoughts, and some announcements.
You do it all without breaking a sweat. Like being a boss exec to Tuesday tennis to homework. Why do the kids have so much homework? Family dinners, lunches, brunches, trips to the vet, and a weekend getaway that's anything but a getaway. And you do it all in style. Even when you have back-to-back conference calls on top of the kids' orchestra recitals, not to mention your side hustle. That's why we created the fully reimagined Infiniti QX60. A luxury SUV as functional as it is stylish, and as versatile as it is serene. With premium features like a panoramic moonroof, ample cargo space, and available massaging front seats to bring the ease of luxury to your everyday. Introducing the all-new Infiniti QX60, designed to help you take on life and all the chaos it may come with, in style. Learn more at InfinityUSA.com. Now with extremely limited availability, contact your local retailer for inventory information.
That's just a beautiful truck, that Q60 truck. I wish they would just send me the truck. We could do a permanent partnership. Few things I want to mention. Season 11. This is the episode 11. Rose is 12. There's season 11 is going up to number 14. I don't know what that date is. This is episode 148. Rose will be 149. Then I got 150 if maybe I'll end it at 13. 13 is nice. There's my boy Bobby I was talking about. Yeah, so season 11 is coming to a wrap, but season 12, I'm super excited about. 12 is a magical number for me. It's the date I was born in June. So I'm planning on that season right now. I'm working on it, making big thing. Shout out to my boy Rolando. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Riz. I appreciate your friendship. One of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life. And just great dude. Super happy to call you my friend. Shout out to Rodell Ortiz. He just hit 1 million followers today on Instagram. That's a big accomplishment. Shout out to Rodell for also opening up for Bad Bunny those 3 nights. Shout out to Babe, who just put up a comment there. He came out in the post today. I think it was the post. Babe is doing some great things, redefining professionalism and what that looks like, and shaping what our face will be in the future in the business aspect, in the business world, in the what they say professionalism is supposed to look like. So shout out to him. Shout out to me for fucking being consistent and always being here on a Tuesday for y'all, always dropping content. You know, this episode, I'm thanking me. I was talking to Pavel. I was telling Pavel about this earlier. I didn't get to celebrate my 100th episode. I really didn't. And maybe this is a celebration I'm throwing myself. I got a couple beers here. I'll celebrate that, you know? It just, things happen so fast, you overlook them. But I'm starting to slow things down and enjoy the moments. It's pretty hard to do when you're like living like fast paced, but I'm trying to slow things down to enjoy the moments. I really am. Yeah, so shout out to me for consistently putting out episodes, whether it gets 20 views or whether it gets 5,000 views, doesn't matter to me. I'm always gonna do my thing. I'm always gonna express myself this way through this medium or this form. So yeah, shout out to me for continuing to do this. So Rose is on next week. I'm excited about that. Ricky Smooth will be on the episode as well. Then I have a guest that I haven't 100% locked in. I'll announce that. Rose 1213. I think I'll end there at my 150th episode, and then I'll start my climb to 200. I will make it a big fucking deal this time, my 200th episode. I will do something big. I will return to doing shows live and in person. If you guys want to see me live and in person, if you want to see the show again live and in person, let me know. I'm going to do some special events over the summer. I have 2 that I already started planning. One is at the end of the summer, like around September. The other one is in October for Land Heritage Month or Hispanic Heritage Month or whatever you identify as. I'm not here to offend anybody. Uh, oof. By the end of this year, I'll be at 200. At the rate that I'm working, yeah. So I'll be at 150 on the first week of May. What's that, Tuesday? May 3rd, I'll be at 150 episodes. So by the end of this year, I'm gonna crank out the 200th before 2023. That's the goal. That is the motherfucking goal right now. I love my graphics on this new schematic that I'm using. It looks really nice. And I wore this hat today, and it fucking matches the graphics. And I'm kind of upset that I wore the hat because now people are gonna go back to that. You have Mets colors on your logo, but I like the orange and blue. It's an homage to the Knicks too. I'm a big Knicks fan. You know. So yeah, 200. Damn, that's. I'm gonna write that down as a goal. Can I crank out 50 episodes in 6 months? It's a lot of fucking work. Last year I started at 80. I think I was at 80. That's more than one. Yeah, it is. So I started 52 weeks in a year. That's 52 episodes right there. So P, how many episodes I gotta do? I'm not really. I should send you the link. You want to hop on real quick, P? 52 weeks a year. Damn, I'm bad at math. How many fucking episodes do I have to crank out? I think that's like two or three a week at most. Okay, Pavel's gonna do the math for me. We gonna make this shit happen. Episode 200. It's been a slow climb. I haven't even done that many episodes this year. I'll tell you right now because I have my graph open of what I've done already. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've only done 10. So I've done 10 in. We're in the 4th month. 10 in 4 months. Oof. That's 200 episodes. Here we go. There are 256 days left in this year, to which is about 36 weeks left in the year. This Babetta is doing the math for us. Which would give me $36. If I do if I do 2 episodes a week from June on, I'll get to 200 by the end of the year. That's eight a month. Oof. I would have to do a week where I do so eight a month times 6 months. That's 48 episodes. So I would literally have to squeeze in 2 episodes. That's a lot of episodes. Not impossible though. Yeah, it is. It is not impossible. I think last year I did a ton. I took 2 breaks last year. That's all I took. And now I'm interested. I want to know exactly how many I did. So the first episode last year was the Monkey Room episode, I think. No. Yeah, it was the Monkey Room episode. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Jesus, I was on a roll. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I already had 20 around this time. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51 shows last year. Impressive. Cheers to me. 51 fucking shows. Wow. And that's not mentioning I did 51 shows, but I also did I did Talk Your Shit podcast. I did the Wind and Cloud podcast. I did Pix 11 twice. I did Brownish. I did Mozo's Watch Your Mouth. I did Escuela de Podcasting. And I think I did another podcast. And this was all last year. So I did 50, what did I say? 51, 52 for my own show. And then I did like 10. But why rush it? No, I'm not going to rush it. I'm just going to continue to create. But that's a nice number to get to. I would love to get to 200. I would love it. Love it. And then I'm just going to look at 1,000. Once I get to 200, I'll be like, yo, I need to get to 1,000. So once I get to 150, I mean, you guys are seeing it. I'm finding my rhythm, my stride, the look, the feel, the sound of my show is coming all together at a perfect pace. I'm loving it. It's like a beautiful symphony. It's taken some years to perfect. You know, if you ever eaten ramen before, pork ramen, it takes years for the chef to learn how to make the pork that way. And I've spent my years perfecting this podcasting thing and what my show is and what it looks like. And I think I finally got the recipe right. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. New episode. I will be interviewing Black Rose, writer, producer, comedian, actress, just all around badass, influencer, you know, spokesperson for different brands. She just launched a new lipstick line. Dope person to know, great energy, really funny. Worked with her in the past. She'll be on the show next week. And then is off to the races. I'll see you guys next week. Enjoy your week. Give yourself some flowers like I did today for myself. You know, thank yourself for being awesome and fucking putting in the work and the time. Whatever it is you're doing, enjoy the process. Fall in love with it. It'll make you appreciate the end goal a lot more. So I'll see you guys next week. Same time, same channel. My mother's giving me flowers. That's beautiful. You guys take care.
You feel that now? I feel like Rocky in this one, baby. Let's go. Alright, check it. blast from the past, back from the future. So if I pull the trigger in the past, it's no you and your future. I'm still hustling, still hugging the block. The referee to the shit, I'm still calling them shots. I can't be stopped, that's what I told you. I'm living my life like a box of Crayolas. I'm cutting up white, smoking that green. Purple color pens, I'm still making this cream. I'm so sick, check my throat quick. My wrist light up a room like a handful of glow stick. I'm like spoiled milk, the kids gone bad. Then it's the menace, my pen touches the pad. Niggas is mad, but the ladies is glad. Yo, they rubbing up against me like this nigga is rad. Fucking two divas, drinking on sangria. I got the beam of the color, diarrhea. Tire strings on my feet cause I'm so fly. Hopped out the DeLorean, it's Artie McFly.